new intro, same dipshit robotic voice. But I know you are not here for that. You are here because of the information I'm about to tell you about Scourge Prime. I know it's kind of late, since Harrow Prime was months ago, but hear me out. The Scourge Prime is a better upgrade of the normal Scourge. But is it a better weapon now, and can be considered meta? You asked too many questions. Just watch the video. I'm just kidding. But before we continue, I would humbly ask that if you are avidly watching our videos and haven't subscribed yet, then I urge you to subscribe to help our channel. YouTube says that 55% of you that are watching are not subscribed yet, and I was hoping that you could help me out with increasing those sub count. Thank you, and I hope that you find the video informative. So the normal Scourge is at the bottom of the pit when it comes to usage last year. The Warframe stats show that only 0.27% of the players are using this spear gun. I know, it's horrible, but the Prime version of the Scourge boasts higher base damage per projectile, higher corrosive damage, high total damage, good critical chance, better critical damage multiplier, has higher burst damage per seconds, faster reload time, more polarities, and better looks compared to the normal version. But Squad Leader, does it count as a meta weapon this year? I'm happy to tell you that the Scourge Prime has an additional gimmick on its alternate fire that throws the Scourge, dealing damage and causing a 2-meter bullet attractor field on the heads of enemies near the impact point, allowing easier headshots with secondary weapons. Wait, bullet attractor? How does it work with Xata's Whisper? Squad Leader, do I turn it to a mag bubble? There are two types of area of effect for this weapon. First, AoE, on impact, is the 7 meters damage, while the second is a pulse-like bullet attractor effect on the head, which I think is about 12 to 14 meters. Xata's Whisper won't work on the second AoE require damage hit like the first AoE damage. Also, the pulses won't take primed firestorm effect, but if you're using Xata's Whisper, this will be a good idea because you will have 11 meters AoE that will proc Xata's Whisper, but then the next pulse won't give Xata's Whisper void bullet attractor effect. It's kind of a weird interaction. And also, let's talk about the impact procs of this Prime weapon. The alternate fire of this weapon has high impact procs. The same goes with its charged spear throw, while its uncharged spear throw explosion, and as well as the charged spear explosion, has force procs. Why do I need to learn about this, Squad Leader? Well, because of the internal bleeding mod that turns impact into force/procs. However, I don't want to get your hopes up and say straightforwardly that internal bleeding won't do any good damage with the alternate fire. It just sucks. The alternate fire is used for utility, and it makes easy headshots for secondary weapons. Long story short, Digital Extremes made the alternate fire of Scourge Prime to be a bullet attractor so you can headshot enemies with the Nell Prime. That's it. So, Squad Leader, is this weapon meta? Scourge Prime can deal amazing damage even in steel path levels. I say that this weapon can shred because you can put corrosive, heat, and viral in this weapon, which makes it super strong against high armored units. The main source of damage for this weapon in this build is coming from the 3 combined elements on this build, paired with the galvanized aptitude mod. Since we are focusing on kills for this Scourge Prime build, it's great to have galvanized aptitude on the build as it works with its primary fire. Other than that, it would be a waste of mod when you just want to use the utility of its alternate fire with weapons like the Nell Prime. Also, I added primed shred for more fire rate, then primed bane mod for more damage against a specific faction. Now, corrosive, viral, and heat works well with armored enemies, but you can swap these 3 mods to form combinations lethal to a specific faction. Say, you can form toxin, corrosive and radiation combo against Corpus Tech, who also have robotics. For those who are looking for a cheaper alternative for this build, then you can do this one. If you happen to don't have the arcane, or the galvanized mods, then settle down with the normal variant of the mods first. All you need to focus on for Scourge Prime is pure status, multi-shot, then lots of fire rate. But why are you doing critical hits, Squad Leader, on this video? Simply because I have Arcane Avenger paired with the Adaza Kavat's Cat's Eye ability in use. Arcane Avenger is even enough in giving you yellow critical hits for this weapon, and I highly advise you to stick with those things that give out flat critical chance, like Arcane Avenger or even Harrow's critical chance buff, and don't even bother adding critical mods in your Scourge Prime build. It only has a 10% critical chance and you will only get a few critical chance buffs if you decide to go with a mod. Worst, you will use a slot intended for something more useful for this weapon. So is this a meta weapon now, squad leader? Depends on how you use it. It can shred high-level enemies in the steel path, but don't expect it to be something similar to the kill speed of a Kuva. Honestly, the Scourge Prime has decent damage compared to other weapons in the steel path. I may not consider it to be meta, but it's one of those weapons that can melt enemies in steel path, minus the acolytes of course. It doesn't have the same kill speed as other leading acolyte killers, but it sure is better in damaging acolytes compared to the likes of Proboscis Sinos, which has decent damage against steel path enemies, but is mediocre when it comes to damaging the acolytes. Now, let me know in the comments section below what are your thoughts about the Scourge Prime. Do you like this weapon and are willing to use it in steel path levels, or do you want to level it up and throw it to the mastery rank fodder cabinet? Thank you so much for watching. Squad leader signing off.